Hi there, this is going to be a quick little tutorial on how to show you how to make these really cute heart granny squares. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to need a few things. Of course, yarn. I'm using both of these balls of yarn, the red and white, both of which are the Red Heart Super Saver 100% acrylic yarn. And the best yarn hook to use with this yarn is a 5mm hook or a size H/8. You'll also need a needle minder. It's optional, but I like to use it so I don't lose my place. A darning needle so you can weave in those ends. And then of course some scissors to snip it when you're done. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start off with a magic circle. Now to do that, you hold the yarn in your hand like this, and then you're going to loop over once and do an X. This is a single strand double crochet. This is a single strand magic ring. Or if you want a more secure one, you wrap it around an extra time and then do it like that. Now that is a double strand magic ring. So the two underneath go the same way, and then the last one crosses over like an X. So again, hold, one loop, double loop, because I prefer having a double-stranded magic ring, and then across. Then you're going to go between your fingers under, and then grab the one that went over and pull through. Once you're there, grab and pull through, and that's going to help anchor it in place. So there you have the beginning of your magic ring. The next step is to chain 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and that is going to count as your first double crochet. All the way around now, you want to do 11, so you have 12 in total. So again, a double crochet is you yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through. You now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your first double crochet. Then the next, you yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over, lift up. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. That is now your second double crochet and the third one for the loop. Now you're going to keep going all the way around until you reach 11 double crochets and 12 sections in the magic loop, the magic ring. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 12 in total. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I counted up to 12 because I already included the first one. If you want to double check, you can go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochets and your first chain 3, which counts as 1. So now what you want to do, grab the threads here from the magic loop ring and pull it all to one side. That's going to make these a little longer and easier for you to pull. So pull on the loose thread, and you're going to notice one of those loops in the magic ring is going to start pulling in. So it's this bottom one. So what you want to do now is pull from the top the opposite way, and it's going to start tightening this other one. So you pull until it's nice and tight, and then you go and pull the rest from the end. That gives you a nice tight ring, and it is easier to weave in. Not easier, but it makes it so that it doesn't become loose. The last step in the first round of the heart is you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 stitch. So you're going to go in here, yarn over, pull through, and keep on pulling through. And now you have the round for the beginning of the heart granny square. Now the next step that I like to do before I continue on is use the stitch marker and to actually put it in between where you slip stitched, between the last double crochet and the beginning chain 3. And that's going to help you end the next round. So now on to the next part. From that beginning space, you are going to count 3 stitches. So you have 1, 2, and 3. And that is a stitch that you are going to be stitching in next. And the first stitch we're going to do is a treble crochet. Now it's sort of like a double crochet where you yarn over, but instead of going in after you yarn over, you're going to yarn over a second time. So you start off with 3 loops on your hook. So again, we're starting 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go in, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 4. So you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now that is 1 treble crochet. And what you want to do is in that same stitch, you're going to want 8 treble crochets in total. So let's keep going. You yarn over twice, go into the same stitch that you just put the first treble in, yarn over, pull through. You have 4 loops now on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Well, if it doesn't get tangled. Oops. Let's do that again. Yarn over twice, pull through, yarn over. You have 4. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 2 treble crochets into that 3rd stitch. One more time, yarn over twice into the same stitch, go through, yarn over, pull through. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 3 treble crochets into that 3rd hook stitch. So now you're going to keep going. You want 8 in total. So that was 3, This is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the next stitch you're going to have in the next stitch right beside your 8 trebles in the one stitch. So you sometimes need a pull so you can see where that next stitch is going to be. So in that one, you're going to do a double crochet. Remember, only yarn over once, go through, yarn over, pull up. So now you have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you start off with 8 trebles in the 3rd stitch. In the next stitch, you have a double crochet. You're going to do another double crochet in the next stitch. And then in this stitch, you're going to have 2 stitches. You start off with a double, yarn over once, pull through, yarn over, pull, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in the same stitch, you're going to do a treble, which is when you yarn over twice. That same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull up. You have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then you're going to chain 1. And that is going to be the bottom point of half of your heart. So now to continue, you're basically going to go repeat this way backwards. So how we did first a double and treble. After the chain 1, we're now going to do a treble first into the next stitch. And then in that same stitch, it's not the same one that you first went with the double treble. After the chain, it's going into that next stitch. So you start off with a treble, and then in that same treble stitch, you do a double. And that's where you just yarn over once. Pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now to repeat the pattern in the next 2 stitches, you want 1 double crochet each. So you have 1 and 2. And now in this one is where you're going to do the other heart loop. So in this next stitch, you're going to do 8 treble crochets. So again, remember, you yarn over twice, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull up, you have 4. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now that is your first treble crochet. Now I'm going to do 7 more. So that was 1, and 8. So now to finish off, it's not necessary, but again, that's my preference. I like to do a needle minder in between the last double crochet and the chain 3 that started the very first row. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go through that gap there, yarn over, and slip stitch. And then that's it. You can cut your yarn and pull through. Unless I cut the wrong one. It's okay. I just cut my beginning loop shorter. And there you go. You can tighten that a bit. And there you have the first half of your heart granny square. Now on for the next part, I'm going to switch to my white yarn. So let's get started. Now to start off on the outside border, you're going to count to the 4th stitch. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4th stitch from the previous round. And that is where you're going to add your other color. So pull through the loop and make sure you grab the actual yarn, not the end of it. And you are going to chain 1, tighten, and then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now this is going to be the beginning of the top left corner. So what you want to do is that chain 3 is going to count as 1, and then you're going to put another double crochet into that same stitch. So yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Scooch it if you can, and I like to hold this along here so it helps anchor the end of the yarn, and later on it'll be easier to weave in those ends. Next, you're going to chain 2, and then into that same stitch you're going to do 2 double crochets. So here is 1 and 2. And you can already see now that's your first little corner. Now in the next stitch, you're going to want to do a half double crochet, which is where you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, just like a double. But this is a half double, which means instead of yarning over and pulling through 2, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that is a half double crochet. Next is a single crochet, where you don't yarn over, you go through the next loop, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your single crochet. Then the next, you're going to do a half double, where you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over, pull through all 3. And that is a half double. This round, everything keeps jumping to the different size stitches. So that's why I'm going real life time. Real life? Live. So that I can show you how everything is done. So this is our corner. We did a half double, single, half double, and then in this next stitch we're doing a double. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull. Now you have the 3, yarn over, now you pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see with the longer stitches, as it's going in, you're still keeping this side straight. After that double, you're going to do a treble. Yarn over twice. In the next stitch, pull through, yarn over. And now you have 4. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now in the next stitch, we'll be doing our next corner stitch, which we're going to be doing 2 treble crochets in the same stitch. So this is 1, this is 2, and then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then in that same stitch where your previous 2 trebles were, you're going to put 2 more trebles. So yarn over twice, this is 1, and this is 2. So as you can see, that's the next corner. This is your bottom left corner. After this, you are going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. So this is the yarn over once. So you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In the next stitch, you're going to do a half double, where you yarn over, pull through. You have 3, but you're yarning over and pulling through all 3. And then you're at the very bottom, where you have that 1 chain between the 2 trebles from the previous round. And there you want to do a single crochet, where you go through the loop, yarn over, pull up. You have 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So as you can see, this is halfway around. So like the previous row, we just have to repeat everything in reverse until we get to the top right corner. So in the next stitch, you're going to want to do a half double crochet, where you pull through all 3 loops. The next a double, where you yarn over once, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. And then the next is where we have our corner. So you're going to do a treble crochet, another treble in the same stitch, chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more treble crochets. In the next stitch, you're going to do a treble crochet, just 1. In the next stitch, a double. In the next stitch now, a half double. Remember, the half double is you start off just like a double, but you yarn over and pull through all 3. Then a single, No yarning over, just go through, yarn over, pull through 2. And then a half double. Oop, don't forget to yarn over. And here you are on the opposite end. So now you're doing the corner in this next stitch. So that's going to be 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, 2, and then 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. 1 and 2. And now you have the top right corner. So in the next stitch, you're going to want to do a half double crochet. Remember to yarn over, and at the end pull through all 3. Now this is a little tricky. You're going to do a double crochet decrease. Now I know it sounds complicated, but it's actually really simple. You're going to yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, just like a normal double crochet, but that's where you stop, because then you're going to yarn over and go through the next loop. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2, and now you have 3 loops. You're going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that is called a double crochet decrease. You've technically stitched into both these stitches, but the end of both of these are the single one up top. So once that's decreased, you're going to do a treble crochet into the very center. Pull through and up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's the center stitch. The next one is going to be another double crochet decrease. So you yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through, just like a normal double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then stop. Once you have the 2 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and go through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through those 2. That gives the bottom the same stitch. So now you're going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and you've decreased those next stitches into 1 end stitch. Then you're going to half double crochet into that final stitch, and then you are going to slip stitch onto the top of that chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Where you pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through, and pull through straight across. And there you have the first round of your square after your heart. In the pattern, this is technically the 3rd round. 1, 2, 3. So now let's start on the next one. Okay, from here, you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and that is going to count as your first double crochet, which incidentally is going to be the last double crochet in this top of the round. So now since that's the first, you're going to start with the corner next. So you're going to do in this corner 2 double crochets, one, two. You're going to chain 2, and in that same corner stitch you're going to do another 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And now comes probably the easiest part. You did 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and now the next thing you need to do is do 9 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, going all the way down until you reach that next corner. So after that corner, you might need to move it just a bit so you don't miss that very first stitch where that first double crochet goes. So you're going to go in there and do your first double crochet, and then 1 double crochet in each stitch, which is 9, going all the way down. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you're at the next corner, which you're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets into this same little section. So the first 2 is 1, 2, chain 2, and then another 1 and 2. And there you have your bottom left corner. So you want to keep doing that all the way around. Once you get to a corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet in each stitch down, which is 9. Remember to move it over to the right a bit so you can see that first stitch after the corner. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so I'll do this last corner again. 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So that pattern is going to repeat all the way around. So I'll meet you back here once I'm towards the end here so we can finish the square. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And remember that first chain 3 was your number 9. So what you'll want to do is 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into that top one, and then snip the end, pull through, and you're done. All you have to do now is weave in the ends, and you're done with your heart granny square. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. Happy crafting, everyone!